welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, this time around in English, as you may already have noticed. And today we are going to have a look at 3 different games again, which will be Bubble Pop, Puzzle Game Legend, Simple Word Search and Temple Quest. My name is Gerald, and as always I've got a couple of different things with me, which are of course, for instance, this Arc mouse, which is this Bluetooth enabled mouse. I'm going to use the Foldable keyboard, which is Bluetooth enabled too. And in general we could use the Xbox One wireless controller, but we're not going to do that in this episode because there is no game that can support that, or at least not in a good way. And other than that, of course, the whole thing is going to be about the Lumia 950 XL, which is this smartphone here. It's a Windows 10 mobile smartphone, which has a Mozo cover at the back and is equipped with a USB-C connector. And of course, this is Continuum enabled like that. And we can have a look at the desktop-like experience which is provided by the smartphone using this display dock and the USB-C connector, which can be connected with a cable, of course. And if you want to know more about all of this, please have a look at the corner up there. There are a couple of different other videos where I'm going to talk about something like that. And other than that, I would say let's start with the first game. The first game is Bubble Pop Puzzle Game Legend. What is it? It's really just a bubble pop game, so you're going to fire with bubbles from one color on other bubbles in the top. I really like those kind of games. They are a lot more fun for me, at least, than those Candy Crush clones and stuff like that, which are fun by itself, but still, I like them more. And as you can see, we have a couple of different levels here going on, so you can select from a couple of different levels you want, or better to say, you're progressing through them all. And there are a lot more even up there, so you can really play for quite a while if you want to. And as you hear already, we've got pretty okay sound and music here. And I'm just going to play with you the third level in this case. The first 2 I already did. So let's play the third level. As you can see, there's always this kind of goal you have to fulfill, of course. And then you're just going to go to play. You have in this case 30 bubbles to overcome this problem here, which is of course at the start pretty easy to solve. As always, as you can see, you're just drag and dropping from somewhere, and then you can, by holding the mouse more or less, tell him where to shoot the bubble. And for instance, if we are going to shoot it here, it should already bring us a little bit of help here. And let's see, same here of course. And the same can be done at this place. And after that, we only have, as you can see, we only have the spheres in magenta or purple or whatever you want to call that. And what you already can see, you can switch, for instance, the different colors there. So between those two spheres you can choose. And now we just want to get, of course, with each and every shot we are doing, as many of these bubbles gone as possible. So let's shoot that one here. And as you can see, we can do some kind of shooting at the border and then just bouncing off. So reflection shots or something are possible. And it's pretty standard in this kind of way. What you can see here, additional to that, are those different power-ups, more or less. So let's go to the next one. And as you can see here, there are a couple of different power-ups which can be used in this case, and one of them, for instance, is this bomb. The bomb will, no matter which color you're shooting it at, just get a couple of different bubbles in more or less a minor grid, I think, away from you. And that's more or less that. Then you have the color switcher more or less here, and I'm not sure what those are at the moment because I never had them till now, because you are getting them for experienced or better shots more or less. So just click once, and now we can, for instance, put that one here to go up there. And as you can see, with a couple of different shots you're doing, you are getting, for instance, this power up of the bomb here. You could buy them, I think, so the plus sign there tells you that you can buy them, but I'm not going to do that at the moment. I just like the... Okay, there we go. I just like the task to do that, and so let's see what we can achieve in this case. Yeah, not too much. The great thing about this, for instance, let's use one of those power-ups. So just click on that, and as you can see, there is a bomb now. We can use that to clear, for instance, this part, which wasn't a weight sum, if you ask me, because we just left one off. That's not the perfect thing to do, but whatever. And like this is the game. It's Bubble Pop Puzzle Game Legend. If you like those kind of games, it's a pretty classic one. But I really like it, and it's a nice one to, for instance, get rid of a little bit of time you're waiting for something or whatever. And so try it out. I think it's worth trying. Okay, so let's have a look at the second game. The second game is Simple Word Search, and yeah, it's a simple game, but it's a pretty challenging one. So let's see what this is all about. I really like it. And you need a couple of minutes to solve one of those, so be aware of that. You don't have to do it in one row or something, you can just leave it and come back again and stuff like that, but you need a little bit of time to get rid of this. And let's play one of those. But no, not that one. Okay, so I'm going to turn around and not to tell you more about this game, because you really have to have a great overview of everything here, and that is really not the right position there to play this game. As you can see, this is all about medicine in this case, so there are a couple of different nice topics in this case, and as you can see here are a couple of different words which are all in this, and you will have to find them and just mark them, and if you mark everything, then you're going to win this level, and there is one of those. So this is more or less an additional word which can be found in this part, and you just need to find it and mark it to get a bonus at the end then. Okay, so let's have a look at what we are searching for. Ultrasound, for instance. In this case, all about medicine. And so I'm not going to solve this puzzle as a whole, but I'm just going to have a look at this. As you can see, the thing we are searching for is put here. And yeah, in the end, what you're going to do is you're going to have a look at the word itself and try to figure out where it is in this part. It's the interesting thing is that it's not going to be all left to right and that's all, but you can have it in a diagonal way, you can have it in a horizontal way, you can have it in a vertical way, and it can be more or less from the back to the front and from the front to the back in reading wise. And let's see what we can find here. So in the end, if I'm not sure where something is at a glance more or less, I'm going to search, for instance, for the starting letter there. So just search for the H. And the first H I could make out is here. And now we are just going to have a look around it. And if in this case, in these letters, there is no I in this case, you're not going to find the word here. So here is the I. If we go to this, that is the next letter and it's the wrong one. So we are not at the right part here. So let's have a look where the next one is. Yeah, but this is headache and we found it. So in this case, if you have a look at that, I just found an H, search for an E after that, and if then the next letter is, for instance, an A or something, it's pretty obvious that this might be the word you're searching for. And as you can see, this one isn't in a straight line there. Or better to say, everything has to be in a straight line, so you can't do something like this or so. So going to this and then to the right or something isn't going to work. You're not going to be punished or something if you are selecting something wrong, but there is a timer running at the bottom there, as you can see. So try to find it in the fastest way possible to receive more points in the end. And yeah, this is more or less what this game is all about. You don't have to go through it in order or something, so if you find bio first and infection later, that's fine, it doesn't really matter. And only thing is that it's harder to find words afterwards, if you ask me, because then everything is already marked and your brain is trying to fixate on the marks and not on the stuff around it. But just try it out. Maybe you are different in that kind of way and it's working for you in a better way than for me. Okay, let's have a look if we can find another word. Let's go for cancer or something, I'm not sure. Let's see. So there is nothing, there is nothing, there is nothing, but there's catheter. Yeah, okay, we can just use that one. That's fine too. And let's see if we can get cancer in this case. Sounds a little bit off, but whatever. That is here. Okay, so I found just the C here and thought, looks like RNC, that's close to it. And then I just searched around and found it. And as you can see, you get a couple of different options here. If you're not able to solve something, you can of course use this. So if you need a free hint where something is, you need to watch a video in this case, which is a pretty good thing. So for instance, to just play it through, you don't need anything and you're not obstructed or interrupted or something by some kind of advertisement here. But if you really need some help, you can do that, and there's of course this little small banner at the bottom, but it's all very, very well laid out, and it's not concerning you that much. So if you want to play the game, that's fine. If you want to click on the banner, that's fine too. And this is the way games should do it, if you ask me. Okay, so I would say that's everything I can tell you about this game. So let's go to the next one, which is called Temple Quest. And yeah, this one is much more advertisement polluted or something, whatever you want to call it. It's more or less a jump game for people who like something like Subway Surfer or something like that. And it's a little bit strange looking because it's 2D somehow, not really, but somehow. And so I will show you the game and show you what's going on there. And they're going to try to bring you to use the swiping controls and stuff like that, but I wouldn't. The better way on, if you have a keyboard for instance, is just to use the keyboard with the arrow keys in this case. So I'm going to turn around again and let's see what we can do here. So go to all apps in this case, and I'm going to go to Temple Quest. It's of course not the one you know, so it's more or less a little bit of a smaller version of that, or some kind of a clone. As you can see, it can be played in different languages, so I'm going to use English in this case. And yeah, here we go. Be very careful about all the advertisements, because at the start there might be some kind of an advertisement you're going to have to look at, and that is slowing down the computer or the smartphone in this case very, very much. So if you are seeing all stuttery or something, it might be all about that. It doesn't really have to do with the game. The game itself is fine and can be played. And yeah, there's of course stuff like buying, and you can of course mute it and have a look at the developer, or you just go to play. Yeah, this for instance looks a lot like we are going to have to wait a little. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we are going to have to watch this through. There's no jump over or something. So this is a really annoying one of those advertisements, but we don't have any options to go through it. and if you play it now, it's much faster, you see. And the interesting part, as I mentioned before, is of course you are going to collect all the different coins here. And yeah, I don't really like this kind of information. It's more or less that the last time I played this, I got to this kind of length, so 172 meters. I walked there. And as you can see, all you have to do is to try to avoid the obstacles which are going to be in your case, and just try to get all of the different... Whoa. Okay. There was not much more I could do here, but in the end it's pretty good. And what you can do here is, of course, you're just using your arrow keys in this case. Sorry, yeah, you can see it. And the arrow keys in this case, so left and right just to go there, and you have to click several times to go there. You can't just hold it or something and it's going to slide over, no. You have to click it because there are some kind of steps you're going to use here. And of course, jumping is done by up, and if you have to duck below something, you just have to use the down button in this case. So let's try it again, but as mentioned before, this might be... yeah, okay. This might be another advertisement, and in general, it might even be the same one, or... yeah, okay, no. There we are, we have to have a look at that. Some kind of advertisement about... yeah, okay. They're using a Formula 1 star there or something to promote electronic or electric cars, more or less. Not electronic cars, every car is electronic. Okay, jump over that, go there, over here. And now you just have to more or less play it as long as you can, so try to stay on track here. I like it somehow. Oh, there was a power-up, I should have gotten that, that's worth a lot of stuff. Because it would increase your income by the double part. And as you can see, there are just a couple of those. Really, that was close, but still worked out. Okay, and as you can see, there are a couple. Oh. There are a couple of different obstacles you are going to have to go through or go over. It's not really hard to do or something in this case. Not sure if they are going to. No. Okay. And as you can see, we got a lot further. And in this case, this is more or less all this game has to offer. I like it somehow. It's a nice little iteration. It's not like the 3D version there. The 3D version is cooler. But in the end, if you want to play something like that, and it should be free of charge or something, then this might be a good thing to have a look at. Yeah, we could rate it, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to click on this button here just to show you what's going on here, because you can buy, for instance, some kind of power-ups in this game. So, for instance, you can get a longer duration for the power-ups you're going to collect there. This one is, of course, to draw every coin of those to you. So, and you can increase the time that it's going to last there from 5 to 6 seconds. Sorry, and of course there are a couple of the other things here you can do there. And for instance, speeding up and being able to run against one of the obstacles or something for one time, and so on. And so forth. I think it's a fine little game. Just try it out and you will see it by yourself. Okay, so I think we are through with this episode. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I hope you had fun with it again. And yeah, if you had, please give it a thumbs up, of course. If you want to tell something, just write it down in the commentary section down below. Other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel if you didn't till now. And then I would say thanks, see you in the next episode, and bye.